Hi, my name's Dave and I want to thank you for checking out this channel. I hope you find this video interesting. This video follows on from a tutorial that I posted about 6 months ago, which got a lot of feedback, and thank you to all those people that viewed it and the questions you raised. So this is a timely update. Today's date is the 20th of March 2018 and we're expecting a significant firmware update to improve on the already very good stabilization feature on the Insta360. So, as well as talking about the stabilization feature, I'd like to spend a small bit of time talking about what I consider to be the best features of the 360. It has become my favorite camera. I have DSLRs, I use my phone camera, I use many different cameras. This is terrific. It's small, it's compact. One of its biggest pluses is that if I'm busy doing something, I don't have to worry about composing my shot. I just plonk this on a tripod and recompose afterwards. Big, huge plus. As well as talking about the various features that I think are brilliant on the camera, I'd also just want to touch on a possible fix for lens scratch. Unfortunately, this took a bit of a fall about 4 months ago and the rear lens got a bit of a scratch. So I have a suggestion that might help fix that. I'm not guaranteeing anything, I can't stand over it, but it has definitely helped with mine, so I'll get to that as well. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the best features, some of the most useful features of the camera. And there are quite a few. I know bullet time is fascinating. To be honest, I've not used that a whole lot, but one of the single biggest features I've used is free capture. Just like I said there a few moments ago, with free capture, you literally just turn on your camera, let it capture everything that's happening, and then through the editing software of your phone or through your PC and the editing software, you choose where you want the camera to reveal the composition. You choose what parts of the image you want to capture after the video has been shot, which is a huge plus. I find it particularly handy. I like a bit of remote control aircraft flying, and rather than trying to control where I shoot the camera and trying to fly the plane, this is brilliant. I just stick it in the field and let the camera trace the plane afterwards, either through editing or through the track and trace. Free capture as well comes into its own when you combine that with Tiny Planet. I made a fun video just cycling through my town there just before Christmas, and cycling on my bike with the camera just attached to my helmet. That was fun that I was able to use the free capture feature and the Tiny Planet, stick a bit of music on it, and it was a lot of fun. When it comes to image quality, this camera is a 4K camera. As I said previously in the first tutorial, that 4K has to cover a full 360 image. That works absolutely fine for when you want to play back on your phone or even on a computer screen. Is it professional quality 4K? Possibly not. There is cameras for that. There is the 360 Pro that's perfectly suited to that. This does a terrific job. I think for the money it is absolutely brilliant. If you're looking to maximize the quality of your image and keep the full 360, I found that using the time-lapse feature very, very handy. You can select your image to shoot every 2 seconds, 5 seconds, or any period thereafter for an indefinite period of time, for as long as your card will take. And the beauty of that is that it's capturing 24 megapixel images. It condenses them in and replays them back at 30 frames per second. So you're getting 24 megapixel photographs played at 30 frames per second, which is an enormously high quality, every bit as good as regular 4K. And that has worked out particularly well. So that's just a tip to bear in mind. If you're looking for absolutely brilliant quality, use it as a camera. Use the time-lapse feature and you'll get excellent quality videos. Something as well I'd like to mention, we got 2 lenses. Some people ask, how do you place the camera? If the sun is in front of you, should you place the camera so the sun is on this side and the shadow is on this side? It seems that perhaps the best way to go is actually place it this way, so that both lenses are getting an equal amount of light from the sun, for example, and dark from the shadows. That way neither lens is going to be over or underexposed. They'll both be capturing the same degree of light, so that there won't be as obvious a stitch line between the two lenses. That's just a tip to bear in mind. Okay, so I picked this up on Amazon. I think it was a link related to the Insta360 website, and it's really a very simple piece of plastic. This attaches onto the undercarriage of my DJI Mavic Pro. It clips in. I don't have the drone with me at the moment. In addition to the clips, I also used a couple of elastic bands just to secure this on. Comes with a screw at the bottom, and it attaches on like this. Nice and simply done. Just secure that, and that whole mechanism holds without a problem. I managed to shoot quite a bit of 360 video and drone footage at the same time. Couple of things to bear in mind: move your drone more slowly, because you will get a lot more shake that no amount of stabilization will be able to take out. Most drones are very good at holding their position, so that's terrific. But if you go to move off quickly, there is no gimbal attached to the particular camera, so it will be moving. So just nice, slow, steady movements work well. Just bear in mind, look at the position of where the sun is in particular, and then just rotate the camera so that, as I said, both lenses are getting an equal exposure to the sun. Okay, so when it comes to exporting video using the video editing software, there are various data rates at which you can export it. Clearly, the higher the megabit per second, the better the quality of the export you would expect, and that holds true to a point. As a guideline, I'd be inclined to recommend that when you're exporting video for free capture, which is at HD specification, you'd export at 25, maybe 30 megabits per second. It doesn't seem to be of any advantage to export at any higher data rate than that, because the data being captured in the first place isn't coming in at any higher figures. When it comes to exporting your 360 video, you are looking for a higher megabit data rate, and I typically export at 100 megabits per second. That suits when you go to re-import back into, let's say, Premiere Pro. You're coming in with the maximum amount of data that's possible. Okay, so the next thing I'd like to talk about is a possible lens repair solution. I dropped my camera just a couple of feet. It scraped against a metal railing and scratched the glass. It was the rear lens. Now, I can't endorse what I'm suggesting here. All I'm saying is this particular method worked for me, or it helped improve the situation a lot. I basically used a car glass polish, which seemed to have the effect of very, very, very finely rubbing down the glass to smoothen out the scratches that are in it. It's not possible to remove the scratches in their entirety, and I'd also say it's possible that if you used too much of this on a cloth, you might lose the pure spherical shape that is an important part of the lens. So if you're doing it, do it very, very carefully, very slowly. But as I said, this car glass polish I found helped reduce some of the scratching, the superficial parts. There's still a little deep part remaining, but for the most part, it's an improvement. Okay, just getting back to you with regard to the new stabilization feature that Insta360 are calling FlowState. Just checking here at the moment on the 20th of March, and it looks like the update may not be available until March 23rd. So, looks like we're going to have to wait another few days. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful. Please like and subscribe, and I'll get back to you as soon as I have more information about the new stabilization feature. See you then. Thank you.